Hello everybody, I hope all of you are doing great and managing well with your VKH. Wish you all a wonderful new year 2024. Um, Today I am here to talk about another autoimmune disease which is called Hashimoto Hyperthyroidism, which you could probably get or you're prone to get if you have VKH, because VKH is an autoimmune disease. As you all know, I make videos on VKH, but however, I thought I should share my experience of Hashimoto hyperthyroidism with you all, because in a way, I am diagnosed with Hashimoto hyperthyroidism because I had VKH in the past. So guys, it all started more than a year ago. As you all know, I've been diagnosed with VKH and I've been taking steroid medications for almost 4 years. Now I'm cured. I do not have any VKH symptoms as such. But however, I was experiencing a lot of fatigue. Fatigue was too much of fatigue, as well as hair fall was my complaint. Initially I thought I'm just lazy, I am not able to focus onto my day-to-day work, or it's just a random laziness, I thought. But then it reached a point I could not keep my head up straight because I always wanted to lie down. That's when I realized there's something really wrong with me, and I started researching about it, and that's when I came across a functional doctor. I'm not sure you guys have heard about functional medicines, but then luckily I came across a doctor who helped me diagnose my Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. I'm not sure if I've shared this, but I had thyroid problem, the general thyroid hyperthyroidism I had since my childbirth. But that's common with women. Women do get thyroid problems during their fertile age, but that's normal, but then it subsides after the childbirth. But in my case, that did not happen. It only got worsened, and it also it reached a point where I felt I have to take additional help and I have to find out what's going on with me. So that's when I explored about this functional doctor, and he has actually helped me diagnose Hashimoto hyperthyroidism, and also helped me to change my lifestyle a bit, so that I could better deal with Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. Now, to be frank guys, for Hashimoto hyperthyroidism there is no cure. You cannot take some medicines and then you can cure it. If once you are diagnosed with that, probably you are going to live with that. Okay, so I'll also tell you what is a Hashimoto hyperthyroidism in my own understanding. Okay, I'm not a doctor again, but as a patient I'll tell you what is a Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. It's an autoimmune disease, and it causes mostly it causes because of leaky gut. So now you'll ask me, what is a leaky gut? So now as we are all VKH patients, we know that we take steroids, right, for a couple of years to cure our eye problem, but then this steroids has an adverse reaction to our digestive system. It depends on it, person to person, people to people. The reaction of the steroid medicines are different, but in my case it has affected my intestine and caused leaky gut. So which means that it made the walls of my intestine little thinner, and it allowed to leak toxins to my bloodstream. Okay, so that is the concept of leaky gut. Because the leaky gut had happened, it has directly affected the butterfly shaped gland, which is the thyroid, and it could not produce adequate thyroid hormones to support my daily day-to-day functions. It has directly impacted my metabolism actually. So now what are the symptoms? Symptoms are like I felt real fatigue to an extent that I could not, even if I lie down for several hours, my tiredness would not go away. I would drink a lot of cup of coffee, but I could not revive my tiredness. And also I had some amount of hair fall as well. So when I met my functional doctor, he's the one who helped me identify the Hashimoto hyperthyroidism, and he has run several tests like T3, T4, and other thyroid related hormonal tests he has done. And then he has identified that I have this Hashimoto hyperthyroidism condition. Okay. And also one interesting thing I came across is that he asked me, like, when I got my VKH, whether I had any mold problems in my house. I'm not sure you guys have heard about mold, MOLDS, molds. So they are like these tiny bacterial kind of fungal kind of organisms live on our walls if there is too much of moisture in that area. So that's when I recollected, actually when I was diagnosed with my VKH, there was some amount of molds near my bathroom area, because I was staying in the first floor and there was another house staying in the floor above. So there was some kind of that the plumbing problem, and then it has caused the leakage of water to stay on the roof of my bathroom, and there was some amount of that fungal or bacterial kind of formation on the walls. So it's called molds. Okay, so this molds can also enter our body, and if you're already an allergic person from your childhood, the chances of those molds could give you different kind of autoimmune diseases. Okay, so in my case, I that was one of the reason. Maybe my immunity was a reason, but those molds also added up to my condition of VKH. Okay, so this is something which my functional doctor, when I went to him complaining about my thyroid problem, that's when he has actually put through some light on this as well. So I would suggest you guys, if you have some kind of most of us live in a permanent house. It might not be a rented house, so sometimes we live with that problem for, if it's a small problem, or it's just a leakage in the wall, it's just a wet walls. Sometimes we think that, it's not a serious problem, it might just subside during summer, because it's a winter and it's a rainy season, we are having this problem. But if you have such problems, there are sprays available in the market which you could buy and apply it, and you can also take some services to wash your wall, and always try to keep your walls from bacterial and all this kind of mold attack. Okay, it comes in black and white color, the irregular shapes it forms, so it's quite common in India. I'm not sure about other countries. Here you will see that, because most of the places are humid, and then we have this kind of bacterial attack on the walls of your home. So that's one thing. Now I am now that I know about it, I make sure that all the walls of my house, all the bathrooms, everything is dry, and also make sure that other family members are also not exposed to such kind of molds. So yeah, so coming back to Hashimoto, back again. So as I said, my doctor has ran a couple of tests, and then he confirmed that I have got Hashimoto. So now what are the things I'm doing to control or manage my Hashimoto, right? It is called as elimination diet. So in elimination diet, what you do is that you you have your food, but then you also be conscious about certain things which you have to avoid from your diet. For instance, if you have Hashimoto hyperthyroidism, it is recommended that you avoid all kind of gluten food. So gluten food is not just your pizza, burger, it is also your regular rotis. So rotis, the wheat rotis, also contain gluten, and gluten is not good for Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. Also for VKH, it is not good. And another thing is milk. Okay, so milk has a lactic acid, and consuming a lot of milk, tea, coffee is not good. So when I say tea, coffee, tea and coffee, just a black tea or black coffee is fine, but you add milk, and if you have the habit of drinking 2 or 3 milk coffees or milk teas in a day, please avoid it. Please come back and start using black tea or black coffee. Another thing is sugar. So look at the irony, because I was on the little chubbier side because of my thyroid. I used to avoid rice, I used to eat a lot of rotis, and to keep me awake I used to take a lot of milk coffees which had milk and sugar in it. So this wheat, milk and sugar were something which I used to take in my diet as a routine, and I thought they were good, but actually they are totally against my autoimmune diseases, both VKH as well as Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. So my improvement was quite quick. Just that, the next day itself I avoided wheat and milk and sugar. The results were quite immediate. I was able to gain back my energy levels, and there was also a substantial amount of reduction in my hair fall. And also I started adding ghee in my diet. Okay, so we have to add ghee and avoid these 3 items. Also it's needless to say, you are not supposed to eat maida. Maida also has a lot of gluten. Even oats has gluten. So nowadays this processed oats like the Quaker oats and other kind of oats which they sell in market, even the masala oats are available, but they are not, they also has some amount of gluten, even though they are considered healthy. Whenever I consumed, I felt more sleepy and more tired, and I felt fatigue. But when I stopped taking oats, wheat and maida kind of food, and I replaced it with more vegetables, fruits and moderate amount of rice. So this is my diet nowadays. As soon as I changed my diet, there's a substantial amount of improvement. I am back to normal. I can say I'm all healthy. I've been trying this from 1 year. I took some time to make this video because I wanted to make sure that I'm passing on the right information, or like the accurate information, because I was also not sure last year how to deal with this Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. But however, it's also a good idea to check your thyroid levels and take precautions. You can your thyroid levels are like once it reaches too bad, then you get Hashimoto hyperthyroidism. Okay, so it's a good idea to keep your thyroids under control during your VKH treatment also. Please do check up your thyroid and make sure that you do not have thyroid. And also, if you have, follow this elimination diet and follow these you have to continue your thyroid medicine. There is no way out of it. Like, I still take Tylenol, which is the thyroid substitute hormones, which comes in a tablet form. I take 125 mg of the Tylenol. That I'm continuing, but the important part is my diet, and also, as I mentioned in all my videos, exercise as well. So you have to spend a half an hour to 45 minutes daily for a healthy yoga or any kind of workout or walking of your choice. So I hope this video is useful to you all, and do let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer all your queries. Also, I will share the link of the functional doctor below. And again, yeah, guys, functional doctor is just for my hypothyroidism, not for VKH. VKH, you have to follow the allopathic medication along with your regular consultations with your rheumatologist as well as your ophthalmologist. So that is a different thing. But today, all the information which I shared is to manage and deal with if you have thyroid issues or hyperthyroidism, Hashimoto hyperthyroidism like me.